Walk me through that moment when you almost stepped in front of a truck.
Well, you know, like I said, when I was, during my teen years, sort of everything had come to a head. I had, you know, the abandonment, the abuse, I had just not a healthy relationship with my parents, just fighting a lot. And by the time I was 17, add on to that drug and alcohol abuse, and just everything sort of came to a head and spiraled out of control until the day I decided I wanted to take my life. So I had just gotten into an argument, a fight with my boyfriend at the time, and you know, some horrible words were exchanged, and I was just fearful of all this pain and fearful of people finding out about, you know, my past and what had happened to me.
The abuse.
The
He was going
abuse.
to tell people about the abuse.
And
which you felt responsible for still then.
well, I just,
Or ashamed of.
yeah, I was in a lot of shame.
Yeah.
And a lot of pain. And so just I panicked, and I just wanted to die. And so...
How did you not die? You walked in front of a truck.
Well, you know, I thought about slitting my wrists and waiting to bleed out. I didn't know how long that would take. I didn't have the guts for that. You know, in Canada, they don't have a lot of guns around, so I just thought, what's the quickest way to die? And selfishly, I thought about my sister. My sister had been killed by a car when I was in my mother's womb.
Oh, my goodness.
And so I knew that you know, that had worked. And I wasn't thinking about the effect I would have on anybody else. I just thought of the immediate escape now. And so I went out in front of my house, and I thought I timed it perfectly. There was a big truck coming down the road, and I jumped out in front of it. And there was a street here and a street here, and I jumped out in front of it, and it screeched on its brakes, and it tilted over and landed in the street beside it, and didn't even touch me.
Oh my goodness.
And I was embarrassed. I was devastated. I still wanted to die.
You were hospitalized after that. You chronicle that in the book, but there's a reason you lived.
Yeah.
And we're all sort of the beneficiaries of that.